Hello everybody. This is additional lecture about internet and global networking. I would like to start this lecture with analysis of political situation in 1963. This situation famous as Caribbean crisis. I would like to remind you folks that the President of the United States of this time was John Fitzgerald Kennedy, and General Secretary of Soviet Union Communist Party was Nikita Khrushchev. Khrushchev considered United States as enemy, especially because in Caribbean basin, in Caribbean Sea, one country became communist. That was Cuba, and Cuba immediately asked the protection of Soviet Union, and Soviet Union agreed to give Cuba protection, but Cuba must be agreed to place nuclear weapon and missiles on Cuban territory. American intelligence immediately figured out that Cuba placing these rockets, missiles, bombs on their territory just 60 miles from Miami. And they asked Nikita Khrushchev to stop. Nikita Khrushchev said, "We're gonna bury you." That was serious. So America started preparation. And that was very dangerous for people. People started digging shelters and so on. But eventually Khrushchev agreed to take off the missiles from Cuba and ask $8 billion for that. So America paid this money, and this situation was dissolved. But after that, JFK, as Supreme Commander, actually called generals, vice presidents, engineers, and everybody, and asked them a very simple question. What has happened if the nuclear warfare is really happened? How Supreme Commander, who is a President of the United States, supposed to communicate with divisions of Army, Navy, Aviation, and all other divisions? So to use literally post office is impossible because of the radiation. To use telephone is impossible because of melting the cable. So it's a helpless situation. And then engineers from the agency named DARPA, that is Scientific Research Lab in Boston, they said the only thing that can help in this situation is computer network. And they start doing it. They start development. So, folks, I will try to make American configuration like this, and that was Cuba somewhere. And the suggestion was to place communication centers in all cities of the United States. So, look at this. This is Stamford, Pennsylvania, New York, Washington, Miami. That is Dallas. That is Tucson, Arizona. That is Seattle. That is, I forgot. That is Portland, that is Chicago, and many others. What is communication centers, folks? This is intelligence centers that actually contain computers inside. Then, every communication center, they call them node. So, every communication center must have communication line and communication facility to be in communication with nearest and farthest computer centers. Actually, that was created the network of computers. The first stage of this computer network actually contained approximately 160 communication centers. Then, folks, who and how these communication computers must be in connection to each other. And then people who developed this system, they said, we will put intelligent program that actually will control these computers, beginning from the shaking hand and finishing with end of the job, meaning transmission of information. This program was named Protocol. Protocol, folks, for communication, protocol for shaking hands, protocol for everything. Protocol is program. Who made this program, folks? Developers, programmers. So they made telecommunication protocol. Then we know to send a message must be a textual kind of few pages, informational exchange. But during these few pages transmission, the nuclear explosion can have place somewhere in the United States. So the communication must be so fast, so there is possibility of nuclear explosion during this communication action must be as low as possible. So what they did, they made possible to cut the general text for small fractions. They call them packages. What package actually includes? First of all, the name, number, today, date, the serial number in the document, addressee, sender, and so on. So all of this information must be present in, and content, of course, content. So must be inside of each packages. Now, every computer must have unique number. This unique number named IP address. So all computers have different IP addresses, and then algorithm of telecommunication was designed with a protocol named TCP/IP. What is the protocol? Folks, protocol is very interesting. When the first computer, let's say that will be computer in New York City, I'll put it in a circle, send the first package to the other computer, it doesn't know which computer is free to go with him for the telecommunication. So he called all the computers around. He said, brother computers, who can communicate with me? And first, who responded, will shake hand and will take this first package. But folks, the system was so smart, so this second computer who took the first package cannot keep it inside. It's just burning hands. So it will ask computers who can take package from me, and that will be another computer. So package will go through the path which nobody knows how it actually happened at this particular moment. Folks, definitely second package will go to the absolutely different path through the different computers. And third one will go surround the entire country. So they will come to, let's say this is recipient, let's say it will be Seattle. They will come to the recipient computer with different order. That will be number 1, then number 13, then number 2, then number 6, number 7, number 120. So that will be stochastic order. Then, folks, when the addressee computer, the computer that receive all the packages, really calculate maximum number of them and figure out that message actually completed with packages, all the packages will be integrated to the document back. So the document will be recreated. What's happened, folks, if a really nuclear war will destroy some of these computerized stations? So when other computers call this computer and will say, computer, call this IP address, they call it by number, and it's not responding. So they will mark up that this computer is not working, it's out of order, and they will scratch it off from the list of computers. Special thing, folks, how these computer stations know that the IP address that was marked up on a sending document is located in a certain place, because the direction of the sending must be a certain. Folks, this workstations and servers online, they have definition of the map named routing system. Routing system. Routing system, by the way, reflects the entire map of the computers with their IP addresses and with their location. So what is a protocol TCP/IP? How this abbreviation must be decrypted? We will say transmission, control protocol, and / internet protocol. Folks, this is not one program. This is an entire family of protocols family. Actually, if you start learning TCP/IP system, then it will be entire book described this TCP/IP protocol. So it actually describes how computer call another computer, how they shaking hands, how they send and receive IP addresses, what the procedure to get the package, how to send it further, and so on. Okay, so the first network created by ARPA get the name ARPANET. And it's successfully functioning for Pentagon. But then Russian spies steal it, and it was compromised. So what America did, instead of something to do with this, they just gave it away, and they changed the name. The ARPANET became Internet. So United States create international network from the ARPANET, and if folks, that was 160 nodes when internet was created, and they gave away all the algorithms, TCP/IP protocols, and everything else. That now is about 4 billion nodes. 4 billion nodes. So internet is quite popular. Now, guys, what other protocols? Do we have any other protocols? Yes. If we need to send and receive file, that will be File Transfer Protocol, FTP. This protocol allows you to download and upload files. Then, folks, the email protocol, SMTP. SMTP is Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. There are many of other protocols. I will give you these two. And one very important, which is HTTP. HTTP is protocol that dealing with hypertext markup language. But this protocol actually not about internet. This is about World Wide Web. What is World Wide Web? That is a matter of another topic, and we'll speak about this in the next lecture.